I am Maxene Quiñones from grade 12 D12A. We will tackle the author's background. Alessandra G.L. Gonzalez is a former teacher at UP Diliman. She is also on Silliman University's list of fellows. Alessandra G.L. Gonzalez taught English at UP Diliman for 4 years. Pagong is her first Filipino play for children and it won the Ceres C.S. Alabado Award for Literature in 1992. With Cristina Pantoja Hidalgo, she co-edited Shaking the Family Tree. These two are her written works. Pagong, which is the first Filipino play she wrote, and Shaking the Family Tree.
Breathe is a short story about Catherine, a Filipina, and a German named Isaac. They are lovers from different places, thus they would only often email each other. They regularly email for months, however, it gets slower over time. Isaac then emailed Catherine that he would go to Catherine's place and meet her family. Unfortunately, Catherine's family was not fond of German. Receiving negative responses from the family, they thought of spending time with each other in different places. While eating at a Chinese restaurant, Isaac asked Catherine if she wanted to go back to Austria together. Reluctantly, she ignored him even online because she did not know what to say to him. Sooner, they met one last time in the airport, bidding their goodbyes. After that, they continued with their lives. Catherine still finds it difficult to breathe.
Next is the methodology. In here, we will tackle about the literary approaches to extract different meanings of the story brief. First is we have psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis is a literary theory that focuses on the behavior of the characters. This literary approach follows Sigmund Freud's ideologies and concepts. Next is we have deconstruction. This literary approach talks about how words do not have a fixed meaning. They can have a different or opposite meaning depending on its context. And that's all for the literary theories. We shall apply these theories on the next part of the presentation.
Methodology. The critics are intended to use the following literary theories. The first thing is psychoanalysis, structuralism, and deconstruction. That will further understand how the story breath goes and what is its hidden meaning in some parts of it. Firstly, structuralism. Structuralism is intended to be used to find out some hidden meanings in the story, which will relate the title Breath to it, because the structuralism uses science to figure out what is the detail of the story of Breath.
A reader may infer that Catherine decided to stay in the Philippines because she loves her family, although there may be factors that affected how Catherine acted throughout the story. Therefore, the critics aim to elaborate on the behavior of Catherine by using the psychoanalysis literary approach. Catherine developed her perfectionist self because of the pressure she gets from her family. She doesn't want to disappoint them, but her parents are hard to please. In the story, Catherine's family is not pleased with the German, and the grandfather dislikes Catherine's cook. That is why Catherine works hard to improve her skills, which is evident in the story. Since Catherine not only thinks about her family problems, she also has to think about her issues and relationship challenges. All of these problems stack up, and it gets heavier for her. After Isaac met her family, Catherine felt sad because of her displeased family, and the next thing she knew, they moved on to pleasant things even if they were down. It is Catherine's repression, in which she unconsciously did something to escape the problems she has right now. And with all the problems she has, she cannot repress them for a long time since she will eventually have to face them. Not only did she develop defiance to her family members, but she also developed a strong loyalty to them. She has this urge to follow all of their desires, and following her boyfriend is a decision that will make her family more disappointed since they dislike him in the former part of the story. Catherine indeed loves her family as much as she does with her boyfriend. Not only that, but she has developed behaviors due to her environment at home. These behaviors are something we can consider that influence her into staying in the Philippines. Moving on, let us deconstruct the title breathe. We all know that something is alive when it is breathing. However, in the story, Catherine feels suffocated whenever she inhales. She is struggling with the departure of her boyfriend since she cannot bear the fact that they will part ways. Moreover, after 10 months and so many days, Catherine still remembers the moment her boyfriend left. Even though Isaac gave her a tip to breathe when everything was heavy, she could not do it. Breathing reminds her of her boyfriend and it is making her hurt even more. Besides that, she also has a lot of problems. Breathing or living is hard for her since she is alive to shoulder all these fateful problems. As she continues to live, it gets harder for her to deal with everything, even after 10 months.
Now let us talk about the symbolic interactionism or the structuralism analysis of Breathe by Alessandra Gonzalez. First is the tiles. In the story, Catherine has been shown times where she is scrubbing the tiles in her kitchen at their work. Scrubbing the tiles symbolizes that Catherine is living a stressful life. Apart from her having trouble choosing between her boyfriend and her family, she is also stressed out to her supervisor who is always constantly shown to be tardy whenever they're having a class. In the ending of the story, it is told that Catherine is scrubbing the tiles once again. This could mean that Catherine is still living her stressful life. Next one. Let us talk about the tardiness of her supervisor. Mrs. Vera, her supervisor, is constantly seen by Catherine to be tardy because she always makes gossips with another supervisor. This could be an imagery depiction for Catherine that she is finding her life to be difficult due to she is living up to expectations of people and that she is hoping and she is in need of change. And now last is the chicken, the ingredient used in her dish that she served when her family meets Isaac, her boyfriend. So chicken in Western literature symbolizes spiritual and maternal love. This could be a symbolic foreshadowing that Catherine may be pregnant. That is due to the fact that Catherine and Isaac have spent times together in Isaac's hotel. But apart from that, chicken also symbolizes being a follower, which relates to Catherine to her family, for she always follows what she is told to and what she is expected to. And that is what we concluded to be the symbolisms in Breathe by Alessandra Gonzalez.
Don't say that I have no sentiment.